my buddy won't know how to behave around me, and it will be hard to communicate with them because of how our languages are different. They'll most likely be shy and won't share much thoughts with me, which will be pretty scary when the time comes.
I think that my buddy's family and a lot of other families will be very strict on their traditions and follow them carefully.
Honestly, I can't get it through my head. Like, everyone says that China's neat and tidy, but I think it'll just be a giant mess because the population is so huge.
I think that China will be very modern in terms of technology, and it'll be unlike Australia because it'll be more fancier everywhere we go.
I think that the streets in China will be overcrowded with people, and it'll be harder to move from place to place.
My question is, will China be like a third world country, or will it be technologically advanced?
As an active person, one of the main factors for me going to China is how different the sports are, and like, do they do exercises?
It turns out that my family aren't as strict as I thought they would be. They are very laid back and they don't really follow traditions. In fact, most families don't follow rules and traditions because the thought was more so a stereotype rather than a fact.
It turns out that nearly every local I've spoken to in China, whether it be when I'm out shopping or just talking to people in general, have known at least a few words or sentences in English, and my Chinese has also improved on this trip, which makes it so much easier to communicate in Chinese.
I was on the plane, and everyone's like looking outside the window, and they're going like, "Oh, it's so beautiful." And the first thing I think is squares. It's the first time I've ever left Australia and looked at Beijing, and I thought squares. And it was completely different when I was on the ground. It was all neat and tidy, and it was beautiful. And in my opinion, Beijing is the most perfect city in the world.
My question was, is China a technologically advanced country, or is it like a third world country? It turns out it's a bit of both. In some areas it's a very much like a third world country, but in major parts of big cities it's very technologically advanced.
Now being in China for almost 6 weeks, I realised that the streets aren't as crowded as what I got told. Some tourist attractions are pretty busy, but then again it isn't even that bad. I remember the only time there was a lot of people was when we were on a very long, narrow street with lots of small shops on either side. It was very busy in and out of the shops, and it was also hard just to walk around on the street. Apart from that experience, it hasn't been overly crowded anywhere else.
My assumption was incorrect because China and Australia are very similar in terms of technology. Some similarities are that everyone has mobile phones, and at night the views are great with the city lights.
I thought the sports were going to be more traditional and very different from Australia. And yes, some are very traditional and different, ranging from Tai Chi to Kung Fu. They also love to play ping pong and badminton. But in terms of sports like soccer and basketball, it is very similar to what we play in Australia. In terms of exercises, they have this daily event where everyone in the school gathers up in the field and does morning exercise, that's what they call it, for 40 minutes every day.
After spending approximately 2 to 3 days with my buddy, she's really opened up to me and has grown out of her comfort zone since the first time I met her. She has become more and more confident, and we are now easily having conversations, which makes me really relieved.